last storm we had, not last
Now watch
night.
what you say, you're on candid camera.
Yes, sir, I understand. But it hit Miss Rosa Plant's house and burned it. I'm talking about burning the roof off of it, and it's old, one of those old houses in Greenville.
Hearing aids. I think I'll move up. Forgot my hearing aids. Y'all talk loud.
We'll talk real loud.
What?
We'll talk real loud, Jim, just for you.
Thank you.
I hope I don't talk too loud.
Really, it's all about you talking.
Sorry?
It's all about you talking.
Me talking?
Yes, this is a public hearing,
Oh,
not a council meeting.
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
That clock in the back was working.
It's kind of like me right now.
We can get it back to working soon. I'm not that tall.
I stood in the chair last time. This is the longest minute. Wish my life had slowed down this slow.
All right, it's 9 o'clock, put the public meeting on the 2023-2024 budget and millage rate come to order. Just real briefly, the administrative duty of the mayor shall submit to the council annual budgets, reports, and such other information as he may deem necessary or the council may require, of which I have submitted, and the city manager, with the approval of the mayor and council, he shall be responsible for preparing for the mayor and council annual budget reports. With that, Mr. Grisha.
Good morning, sir. This is the first of our 3 public hearings regarding our fiscal year 2024 budget and the setting of our millage rate for property taxes for calendar year 2024. The next public hearing will be on Monday, August the 14th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. in the council chambers, with a final of 3 public hearings on Monday, August the 21st, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. in the council chambers right here. We will open today's public hearing at 9:01. If you care to speak at the public hearing, we will ask you to come to the podium after my comments. As I told the city council, our general fund is in a fiscal hole. Last year was an election year when inflation was rising and the cost of materials, supplies, and labor increasing. The incumbents turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to the needs of the city and went with a rollback rate without any justification whatsoever other than their selfish agendas hoping for re-election. Consequently, to get us out of this fiscal hole, we have had to craft our general fund budget on the adopted millage rate of 2020 and 2021, 5.228 mils, when we were financially healthy, or at least keeping up with the rising costs of materials, supplies, and labor. Our proposed fiscal year 2024 budget is balanced. It is based on our 2020 and 2021 millage rate of 5.228 mils, which is above the rollback rate of 3.625. For those of you who ask what is the rollback rate, which is lower, and why don't you go with the rollback rate this year and every year, simply put, the rollback rate is the millage rate that gives you the same amount of revenue that you got the year before. So if everything remains flat, such as the price of materials, supplies, and labor don't increase, you're fine. But that is not reality. If you haven't experienced price increases, you haven't been to the grocery store and gas station. So due to the short-sightedness of the previous administration, we are again playing catch-up on our deferred maintenance. Our fiscal year 2024 budget contains 2 new positions. We have converted 2 part-time positions in the police department to 1 full-time position, and in response to our residents, we have added a supervisor of parks, recreation, and special events. Other than those positions, our general fund fiscal 24 budget only contains the necessities for service delivery of essential services that our residents want and deserve. Just like our residents, we, the city, are impacted by the rising costs or expenditures that we do not control, but are needed. Employee health insurance, property insurance. Yes, our buildings are subject to automatic reassessments, just like your residents. General liability insurance increases, and for services that we are legally obligated to provide, such as interpreters for the deaf at our meetings, and for the increased costs of materials, supplies, and labor to provide the service delivery our residents expect. We are advocating and asking the City Council to return to our previously adopted millage rate of 5.228 mils, on which our proposed fiscal year 2024 budget is based, to provide the quality of life service to delivery our residents deserve. Anybody who cares to speak for or against the budget or the millage rate, please come to the podium.
Okay, I'm Dee Berry, City Council member, and I have a couple of questions about this hearing. My first question is whether or not this is advertised as a public hearing of the City Council.
No, it's not.
You will note that the hearing that is published in the Noonan Times Herald, of which we have copies, state that it is a public hearing on the fiscal year budget and the millage rate. It says, the City of Grantville annual budget will be submitted to the mayor and City Council on Monday, July 24th, 2023 at 6:30 at the Glanton Municipal Complex, 123 LaGrange Street, Grantville, Georgia. Public hearings on the proposed Grantville fiscal year budget and proposed millage rate will take place, as I've said previously. So that's the ad.
You didn't read the rest of the notice where it says that this is a public hearing of the city council. The city council is the mayor and 4 council members. Are they not required to be present?
No,
They're not required to be present.
correct.
And the council members that are present are to sit in the audience.
Correct.
So anything that's presented at this is not to the audience, it's to the city council. That's my understanding of protocol.
Well,
And that's the way it's always been done in the past. So this is something new.
Last year, I attended the first budget meeting, and Ms. Hines was there, but she was the only person there from the city government. It was a public meeting, it was not a council meeting.
So this is not technically a public hearing.
no,
Correct.
it is a public hearing. It is a public hearing. I have held these public hearings for 7 years by myself without the council.
This was advertised as a public hearing for the city council.
No, it was not.
City of Grantville, public notice.
That's
That's what
right.
it says.
That's exactly what it says. You are correct. Grantville public notice. It doesn't say mayor and council. It says
Okay,
City
I
of
will not
Grantville
argue with
public
you.
notice.
I didn't come up here to argue. I'm sorry the city attorney is not here because I have a question about the legality of what's going on right now and how this budget is being presented to the community. And I have questions that no one here in the room is qualified to answer, so I will get answers. Thank you.
Anyone else care to speak, please come to the podium.
First, Ms. Berry, I'd like to thank you for being here. I am very disappointed that 2 people that will vote on this, I guess 3 people that will vote on this, aren't here. I mean, the purpose of this, why I don't question the legality and what you're doing, the purpose of this is for the voting members to hear what the citizens have to say. And I'm offended by what you said, a total crock of BS because you have the floor and no one's here. What a bunch of nonsense you said. Do you not know how much property values have gone up the last 2 years in this town? Do you not know that the property taxes for the city have doubled because of those increases? And you want to say that we sat here and arrogantly wanted to get reelected, so we voted against it? I'm on record of voting against every property tax increase, and I'm against this one. The arrogance of you two, that you get a 19% increase if you don't take the rollback because prices have gone up so much. You're also not aware that prices in Grantville have gone up even more because the county has played catch up. We were kind of left alone as a little redheaded sister. But now the county has decided that, well, Grantville should pay for the same square footage that the rest of the county does. So we've gone from $80,000 to $220,000. And yes, there have been some sales in that range. And it peaked last year. So what we're dealing with now are property taxes because of values that are way more than what you could sell your property tax for. They peaked last year. I'm in the business. I'm here every day, buying and selling property. And it's, there's no buying because we have gone over the top. I'm aghast at the attitude of this town, and we gotta have more money, and we've been cheated, and we don't have enough. You know, the county, thank goodness, Here's the attitude according to the Noonan Times Herald. They gave staff marching orders, cut, 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 because they intend to accept the rollback millage rate. That's the county's attitude. One of the commissioners, here's this quote, "I don't see any way that we can face the public without saying we're going to have to tighten our belts," says Commissioner Bill McKenzie. Commissioner John Riedelbach agreed with him, and then he added, "The average citizen today has to tighten their belt." And the average city today, I can tell you, is tightening their belt. All right, prices are going up, which helps you collect money based on the prices of these houses. Yes, they're going up. 19% if you don't raise the millage rate, but you want to. You want more than 19%. And I can tell you from the increase in Grantville to catch up, it's a lot more than 19%. And you also get money from all those new houses that were built. And you also get money for any remodeling, because the new houses come online and there's another house for you to collect tax from that was a vacant lot. We remodel our houses, the county based on the permits comes out and reevaluates the house based on what we did. Your comments, I'll say again, your comments offended me greatly, and the attitude of, we just gotta have more money. The solution to your needs is more money. The solution to the department heads is more money. If you can get more money, you don't have to do anything but just keep rolling. Anything you can come up with it, well, there's a lot of great things that we can do for the city. And by golly, let's just make the citizens pay for it. Let's come up with these things. Let's don't worry about half this community that lives on a tight budget, and everybody is living on a tighter budget. So let's just get more money, and then we'll be happy, and then we'll solve our problem. I'm sorry, you got 3 people here that aren't even here to care, and let's also add the citizens aren't here. I hope they show up later, but I guarantee you, they haven't got a clue what's really going on. And don't tighten your belts. Come up with everything you think you need, and let's just let citizens pay for it. You just got to pay for one house, or the department heads will be happy. They'll have plenty of money, and the rest of us, well, we'll just have to suck it up. So, thank you for listening to me.
Does anybody else care to speak at our public hearing?
I would like to ask a question, if I may.
Please come to the podium.
Okay. I'm just curious, since we are talking about monies, how much, do I need to give my name and where I live?
Yeah.
You already know that, been here 100 years. Anyway, I'm concerned about the Splash Fund, and I have not seen a budget, and I don't know if the Splash Fund is gonna be a part of the budget. It's not. How much money do we have in the Splash Fund for roads?
Just give an estimate. I'm not sure of the total amount at this point.
About $125,000.
Right.
Okay, have you decided what roads gonna be paved this year?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
When that decision is made, will there be a committee to make suggestion about the roads in Grantville? Citizens that lives here in Grantville, will a committee be made to determine what roads are in need of fixing, paving?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Ms. Hines, and I know your stance on this and about citizen involvement. And I'm just gonna say it bluntly, you're looking at citizen involvement this morning, and it's discouraging. So when you say put a citizen committee, you gotta go get representatives from all 12 subdivisions. I've made that appeal to them. Please, please, give me one person from your subdivision that comes talk to us. Tell us what we should do. I know you have citizens that live on Griffin Street who have an interest, but there's lots more of Grantville that has an interest. But I have to be blunt. Look around me. You're concerned. Mr. Sells, who doesn't even live here, is concerned. But to say we're going to form some committee of whom? Now you know that to be true as well.
Okay.
It's discouraging.
It can be, but I'm referencing maybe if you had a chairman of a committee, of the road committee, to call individuals that they know are diverse group of people, I think you may see an interest. What we have learned in the past is some of the citizen feels like the city government of Grantville is going to do what they want to do, irregardless of how the citizen feel. So that may be part of the problem, that citizen won't come unless it's something like a landfill or a warehouse, and then they'll pack the place out. But you may want to look at a person spearheading the committee to, for the roads, because our city, our roads really need paving. It's not only Griffin Street, we have LaGrange Street,
The whole downtown needs
we
paving.
have Smith Street, and it's, the town is bigger than downtown. And so we need our city to be inviting from whatever area we are coming from. If you're coming north or south, we need our city, our roads to be improved. And so I'm just wondering how much money we have, and what avenues will you go through to get people interested in coming forth to make suggestions for our roads. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Does anybody else care to speak at our public hearing? This is the first of our 3 public hearings. The second public hearing will be held on Monday, August the 14th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. And at the third public hearing will be at a special called meeting of the City Council to be held on Monday, August the 21st, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. or thereafter, at which time the 2023 property tax millage rate will be adopted.
With that, I believe the meeting is adjourned.
Close the public hearing at 9:20 a.m. Thank you all for coming.